Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing fine. I certainly am. Okay, what do we have for you on today's episode? We have for you the new governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, who has given a press update with some pretty concerning things to anyone who has a brain and they actually intend to use it. Now, the New York governor, in this press briefing, has said, and quick disclaimer by the way, I'm not a doctor. I'm certainly not your doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm showing you a clip. I'm giving you my opinion on it. And then I'm asking you to form your own opinion on it. Now, Kathy Hochul, New York governor, has stated that from midnight tonight, this is a fairly new clip, about 8-9 hours old. So I don't know what the time zone is wherever you are in the world, but this was taken at my time zone last night, so I should imagine that order is coming into effect pretty soon. Okay, so at midnight, all of the unpoked healthcare workers that we've been told for the last year and a half are heroes and should be worshipped and all that will all be fired, and they will be replaced with quote unquote medically trained National Guard members. Why would somebody do that? Anyway, look, let's get into this clip and then I'll give you my opinion on why she's doing this afterwards. First, so if you haven't yet, if you find this video informative, by all means subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, share the video around, and let me know what you think in the comments section below. We also have a membership scheme now where you can support the Hoggcast. We are the underdogs. We are conservative commentators. You can support us either by the Coffee Club or the Gold Club, in which you can show your appreciation for my commentary. Let's go. So the clip.
And we'll be nation leading with our mandate, which strikes at midnight tonight, when everyone is expected in a hospital in the state of New York or a healthcare facility to have been vaccinated. I will be signing an executive order to give me the emergency powers necessary to address the shortages where they occur, and that's going to allow me to deploy the National Guard, who are medically trained, deploy people who've been retired, who may have had a license lapse, bring in people from elsewhere. That is not my first position, though, my friends. My desire is to have the people who've been out there continue to work in their jobs, work in them safely, and to all the other healthcare workers who are vaccinated, they also deserve to know that the people they're working with will not get them sick. And we'll be
So what she's saying is, all of the healthcare workers who have expressed concern and tried to make a decision about their own lives, these are the My Body, My Choice brigade. But it all goes out the window when you choose to do something with your body that they disagree with. You let that sink in. You want to do something. You want to make a medical decision for yourself. But then the state will step in and say, no, we'll make it for you. That's not America. In fact, that's not even the West. Right? So just to be clear, what she's saying is that the unpoked healthcare workers who have survived for the last year and a half, who we've been told are heroes and, they're better than everyone else, they are now suddenly, all of a sudden, at this particular time, for some reason, they're now all of a sudden expendable. Now, all of a sudden, with this order, they're gone, and in comes not healthcare volunteers or something like that, the National Guard. Why would somebody send in the National Guard to enforce something like this? Think about it. It's about compliance. This is my opinion. I told you I'd give my opinion on it. You can disagree. If you disagree, that's fine. Open discourse relies on back and forward. I think it's making a statement. That's what I think they're making a statement. They're saying, look, we're putting the National Guard in now. You heard yourself from Joe Biden. He said he was losing patience with the general public. When I heard that, I almost smashed my own head through the screen, this microphone, the nearest thing I could find, because it aggravated me so much, because this is a person who's been in politics, the DC swamp, for 50 years. Half a century. A failure. And he's losing patience with you. It just... There's too far gone, right? There's two different worlds. There's the clown world, and then there's the real world. Joe Biden has lived in a very luxurious clown world for quite some time. You live in the real world. Okay? So this could be, just throwing it out there, a manifestation, because she's obviously a Democrat. This is New York, just like California. They'll vote themselves into the ground. Vote blue no matter who until everyone's dead. Right? So is this a manifestation of Joe Biden's, quote, I'm losing patience with the American people? This is a man who's saying that he's losing patience with the American people. I mean, just... the brass nut, I don't even know if it's balls or not. If it's like brass nuts or not. I don't get it. I'm not sure what it is about him. But he's on one page. And it's the same with a lot of other Democrats. They're on one page, you're on the other. Right? I don't know why they're doing this. I have my opinion on it. I have my opinion that the reason why they're replacing unpoked healthcare workers who have been fined for over a year and a half with poked National Guardsmen. Why the National Guard? What do the National Guard exist to do? They're not healthcare workers. Why are the National Guard being called in to this? Why are these same governors allowed their cities to burn during the Summer of Love, I think they called it. That's what the mainstream media called it, didn't they? Kenosha, Minneapolis, New York, Los Angeles, Seattle, Portland, and so many other cities. They called it the Summer of Love, didn't they? You know, when all of the buildings were burning and everyone was losing all of their possessions and their entire lives in some cases. Summer of Love, I think the mainstream media called it. So the Democrats, the governors, refused to call up the National Guard to stop the largely peaceful Summer of Love. But they call them up in New York to do that. They're replacing the work of the healthcare workers who are unpoked with National Guardsmen. Why? But that's the question I've put out there. Look, I want to know the answer to it. If you do, if you have an opinion on it, let me know. But I wanted to show you this because it's... And I'll tell you something else. It's this. New York moving forward. You know, it's with progressives. They always claim they're moving forwards. Always forwards. But more often than not, it's actually backwards that they're going. They're regressing. People's rights, inalienable rights, are regressing. In the year 1999, I don't know why I chose that number, but the reason I can guess that the reason why I chose 1999 because it's like the modern age, but it was before social media. So even though it was like the modern age with everything, we still had that traditional sense of what America was, what the West was, what freedom was, what our inalienable rights were, what the Constitution was, and when and where it should be applied and defended. But thanks to this New York forward, this progressivism we've seen, nobody knows anymore. There's different rules for different people at different times, depending on who they are, what they are, where they come from, or what their background is. Or who they know, whose friends they've got. That's what we've replaced it with. And that's why you get things like this. She's saying, oh, it wasn't my first choice. Oh, you know, I don't really want to do this. Don't believe it. If you believe her, then you deserve what she's going to give you. And her regime, I'm going to call it a regime. What they give you, you deserve it. Really, if you think this is the way to go, I don't know what to suggest to you. Where does authoritarianism end and rights begin? Because it seems like it's just a runaway train at the moment, and it concerns me. But look, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the Hoggcast, hit the notification bell, and share the video around. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.